With Russia refusing to extend the Black Sea grain deal, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has said that Black Sea grain corridor can continue to operate without Russia's participation. In a statement, Zelensky said, and I'm quoting him here, "Even without the Russian Federation, everything must be done so that we can use the Black Sea corridor. Everyone other than Russia is ready to continue to supply grain." That's what the Ukrainian president said. Now, Ukraine is one of the world's largest suppliers of grain, and the Black Sea Grain Initiative allowed Ukraine to continue exporting its grain amid Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine. The question now rises here is, what are the options left for Ukraine? And can Ukraine bank on the European Union and export more grain through the EU? Let's take a look at that now. Now, Ukraine has been exporting grains through Eastern EU countries. That's what it says, that Ukraine exports grains through EU. Now, but it faces challenges. To name some, number one challenge, it includes different rail gauge, which is a primary challenge for Ukraine. Apart from this, the flow of grain through EU has already caused unrest among farmers in the region. And as a result, 5 EU nations have been banned from selling Ukrainian grains domestically. And lastly, key European ports will likely struggle to handle Ukrainian grains in the times to come. Now, for more on this, we have with us Lieutenant Colonel Glen Grant, who's joining us live from Latvia. Thank you so much for joining us on WION, Colonel Grant.
Thank you.
Right. Now, Colonel Grant, Zelensky has said that the Black Sea grain deal can operate without Russia's participation. The million-dollar question being, can the corridor actually operate without Russia?
Well, I think this is, in many ways, this is a question not for Ukraine, but more for Turkey, because it was Erdogan who brokered the deal in the first place. And he's rather staked his reputation on this. I mean, physically, if they're going to actually take grain through that corridor, then those ships have either got to be protected by Turkey or by another country, because the Ukrainians don't have sufficient naval power to protect any grain ships. So I don't think that's likely to happen unless there's been some backdoor deal between Russia and Turkey that we don't know about. You rightly raised the problem of road and what other countries think about it. There's not enough road capacity and road transport to export the grain through other countries. I don't think the problem is selling the grain in other countries. The problem is getting it through to somewhere like Rotterdam, where it can then be taken by ship to Africa. But there's no capacity without that shipping route.
Right, Colonel Grant, you say that the corridor cannot be operated without Russia. So what are the options left for Ukraine at the moment? And does Kiev actually have Plan B?
Well, I mean, I think Kiev does have a Plan B, which is road. But this is not a Kiev problem. Understand this. This is not something for Kiev to worry about. This is an international problem, and it's already caused the United Nations to be unhappy because of their food program. It's caused America to be unhappy, and Blinken has been talking about it. And Erdogan is certainly unhappy because he staked his reputation on making this work. So I think that you're going to see a lot of international action in the next few days, either trying to pressurize Russia into actually coming back into the grain deal, for which they will obviously want concessions of some sort, and I don't know what those are, or we may even see a coalition of other countries protecting the ships. I think that this is a story that has got a few more days to run yet, but it's not just a Ukraine problem.
Right, Colonel. The world leaders have already been condemning this decision by Russia. But talk to us about what impact will this have on the food prices?
Oh, well, I mean, they're going to go up, and they could go up quite a lot, because, I mean, as you rightly said before, Ukraine is one of the world's largest grain exporters. I think, right. It's previously been about 20%, and now even because of the dam actually destroying grain areas, it's reduced, but it's still huge. So you could actually see real problems in the Horn of Africa if that grain doesn't get there.
Right, absolutely. Thank you so much, Colonel Grant, for joining us in WION and sharing your insights with us. We'll, of course, be tracking the story very closely.